Well, good afternoon, folks. It's Joe here from Tango Spice Company here on Long Island. It's the 6th day of May. The first 5 days have been cloudy and rainy, and today is cloudy, and we're waiting for the rain. So we're getting ready to do a test run of our La Caja China, the Chinese box. We bought this roasting box to do whole hogs. I did a whole hog last year, and it was fantastic. So we've been experimenting with other cuts of meat. And yesterday was at Restaurant Depot buying a bunch of big pork loins for chili cook-offs, and have a 10-pounder, going to cut it in half, 2 5-pound pork loins, going to rub them up and put them in the Chinese box, see how that works out. Since we cut the 10-pound loin in half, we have 2 5-pounders and going to do 2 different rubs. Now first I'm going to put a little bit of yellow mustard on there for adhesion, and I'm going to use some wolf rub. Never used wolf rub before. I got this stuff from JB when we went down to JB's Spring Fling Crawfish Boiling. Super great time. He says, hey, take some of this, boy. So I'm going to use some wolf rub on one, and naturally going to use some chicken and rib rub, just because I'm in a chicken and rib rub mode lately. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get these coated and in the box. Getting ready to do a pig in a couple of weeks, so grab yourself a beer and let's eat. So here you go, 1 5-pounder, 1 5-pounder. Let's get these things coated again with the yellow mustard, and ooh, look, it's French's. So now we're just going to put some mustard on there, and on the other side where the fat is, I scored the fat in a diamond pattern. We're going to cook it at first fat side down, and then after a little while we'll turn it back over fat side up. So the first one we'll do is with this wolf rub I got from JB. That smells really, really good. And let's just put a pile of it on there. What the heck? I mean, JB paid for it, so I'll use as much as I can, right? I haven't tried it. JB's like, hey, have you tried that rub yet? So we're trying it today. And now for the chicken rib rub. This is our very own chicken rib rub. I know this isn't ribs and this isn't chicken, but what the heck? Press it down in there. I did change my glove just because. I'm going to finish rubbing this down, and then I'll show you what it's like to get this Chinese box with the Caja China all set up. So this is it, the La Caja China Chinese box. Aluminum on the inside. I bought one of these better grates if I'm doing a smaller piece of meat. The whole 75-pound pigs fit in there last time, so we're going to put those pieces of meat in there. There they are. And let's get this thing fired up. Well, we know the sun came out. What a surprise. Cheers. Now, due to the construction of how the Chinese box, La Caja China, works, we don't have to use one of these like we always do when we're cooking with charcoal, but I can use, dare I say it, lighter fluid. The reason you can use lighter fluid is because the charcoal is on the outside of the box. The smoke never gets in contact with the food, so you don't get that lighter fluid taste. So, one time that you're allowed to use lighter fluid is with the La Caja China. Never use it otherwise. That's a tip for today. And we have fire. So that's where we're at so far. 2 5-pound rubbed pork loins are in the box on the rack. We put 16 pounds of charcoal on top and lit them. Now after about 20 minutes, a nice little bit of ash will be over all of them. Then we're going to rake it out for an even layer all over the rack. Then your countdown begins. So once you rake the charcoal down, you have 1 hour. That's what they tell me. So after 1 hour, we'll take the lid off, flip them so it's skin side up, put a probe in there so we know what the internal temperature is, put the charcoal back on top, add a little bit of charcoal, and keep on cooking until we get to the temperature. Doing a test run of our La Caja China before the season starts, getting ready to do a whole hog pretty soon, so hey, up, here comes the clouds again, so welcome to Long Island. one thing I'll say about charcoal lighter fluid, a good thing I'll say, it reminds me of when I was a kid, because everybody used lighter fluid. So in the summertime, my dad would have this frickin' conflagration going. It'd be a bonfire of charcoal. The neighbors would have bonfires of charcoal, all slathered in lighter fluid. So yeah, it does bring back memories of childhood roasting beef and stuff over that chemical-laden charcoal. So yeah, there's your good thing about charcoal lighter fluid. Now go buy yourself a chimney and do it right. So now there's a nice sheen of ash all over the charcoal. It's been about 20 minutes, so we're going to just spread it out and start the countdown for the first hour of the cook. Hey, you probably can't hear it, but man, you hear the sizzle in there, that steam coming out, and I tell you what, it smells insane. Yeah, man. This is going to be some good stuff. La Caja China test run. So the coolest thing about the Caja China also is it says don't open it up for the first hour. That's like a surprise party in a box. So we're going to open it up, flip the meat, put this charcoal back on, and roast it some more. Let's take a look. I already got a nice char to it. Might be a little bit too black. We'll have to check that out. But I'm going to give it a flip and crisp up the skin on the other side. Get that fat all crisped. Of course, we got a couple of meat probes in there. See what our temperature is, and we'll get ready to eat. So that seems to be the thing with the pork loins. A little bit too much time for the first hour. Probably could have backed off and done it in 45 minutes. But we're just going to crisp up the bottom part a little bit and then take them off. We'll be ahead of schedule, and I'm just going to slice into it and see how it tastes. The aroma is amazing. So once again, we're just practicing with the roasting box of La Caja China. I bet you it tastes totally awesome no matter what. So we'll see how it slices in a little bit. So here's how they look after they come out of the Caja China. And this is the Tango chicken rib rub. And this is the stuff I got from JB, the wolf rub. And I'll tell you what, the mixture of the aromas together is amazing. So I'm going to just slice into it, slice myself off a piece, and we'll see how they taste. Oh yeah, man. Smelling real good. Yep. I can see the nice moisture inside each one of them. Gonna have to slice off a hunk and give that a try. Well, there you go. It's our test, our pre-season test of the La Caja China, doing something we never cooked before, a pork loin. We probably would go less time, maybe a little bit less charcoal next time, but that's the thing. With this one, we just write our notes, so the next time we cook, it's even better. Tell you what, it still tastes amazing. I'm just a little ahead of schedule, so you know what that means? I can eat sooner. I have to thank JB for the wolf rub. This stuff is really, really good. Very enjoyable. I'll be using it up pretty fast, so I may need some more. So the main thing we have to do, since this is a test run, is write down our times. You know, we can back off, add a little less charcoal, add a little less time. That's the whole thing. You just practice. So I'm still a big fan of La Caja China. I'm enjoying it. In a couple weeks, we'll be doing a whole hog again, and that is amazing. Thanks for joining Tango Spice. Eat well, my friends. Yeah, man.